What is up, people? We are here. The NWO show is live and direct. The Niner World Order. We got Beto. We got Niner Sickness, known as Beto. 49ers First Takes Aaron. And last but not least, Ryan for No Border Sports. How you guys doing? I know Beto's a little incognito at the moment. He probably have to step away. How's everybody doing, man?
No, I'm just looking at my name. Disappeared.
Oh, okay, there you are.
Overlay. It's that overlay. It's sorry.
Oh, yeah, that overlay does. I see how that is. I can change to the other one, though.
Yeah, just go to the other one with the background. I feel like it's
I'll
better.
just do that. I'll just do that. Yeah, man. So, you guys have a good weekend. Anything going on with you guys outside of Niner Talk and all that? But
doing good, man. Just it's draft week. We're a few days away from seeing the first day of draft, see what teams do, and then hopefully the Niners get us excited on day 2. So I'm fired up. I've been waiting for this for a minute.
Definitely. I mean, who knows if we'll talk about it a little bit later in depth, but I mean, maybe we might be drafted on day 1. I don't see it happening, but I've seen stranger things happen. Anything going on with you, Ryan, over the weekend? Anything funny or going on with your channel or anything you want to talk about before we get to the Niner Talk?
I've just been putting out lots of shorts. Been getting some traction that way. But yeah, and had a spike in some subscribers.
There you go.
We'll see how it goes.
And speaking of subscribers, 49ers First Takes over here. He hit the 6,000 subscriber mark. Let's go. Give it up for Aaron.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's weird because I didn't really celebrate it like I did before, but I appreciate it's it'll be 4 years in August that I started my channel, man. It's weird. Like I remember life before YouTube where like I could just watch games and then listen to the radio after, listen to post games. Now it's not the case. Like it's a different feeling. It's almost like a responsibility to like make sure you're paying attention to the game when you're watching it, because you want to make sure that you put out, accurate talking points when you're talking after the game. But yeah, it's been a cool 4 years. I got to meet all you guys for all the negative and all the poopy stuff that I talk about and tweet about. This is definitely the good stuff. So appreciate y'all.
Yeah, most of what we do is good. Most of the experience is good. As far as you're talking about post game recaps, or if you do a recap the next day about the Niner game. Hey, I don't have a photographic memory when it comes to watching these games. Maybe if I was 18, but I always, go back and watch highlight reels, or I go to NFL.com and note what the most important plays are, and I'll take notes, man, if need be, if I don't have the most vivid memory of the game. Let me do this really quick before we get started to our topics. Let's just say what's up to some people's waiting patiently to chat. We got Jeff Vander Hall in Amsterdam. Active 49er fan, faithful 49er fan, rapper extraordinaire is here. He says he's working on my ninja rap now, so we'll still have a little more time to take care of that. Good for you, man. We always dig your raps when you on the No Border Sports Call-In show. We got
Hopefully
Brian
it's
Cole.
not like that song "I Wanna Be Ninja." Have you heard that one? Oh my God, it's one of the most horrible things ever.
Or maybe it could be like the Vanilla Ice Ninja Turtle song.
No, it's cringy. It's hella cringy. You get go look it up after the stream. I want to be ninja.
Okay. We got Brian Cope, who's an avid supporter of the channel. He's got a channel of his own that he's starting up, and definitely got to link up with Brian one of these days. I know he goes early though. I'm not a morning guy. And for the record,
Saturdays
Brian,
and Sundays.
Brian, I will not plug the Super Mario Brothers movie today. So
just for today, my daughter even plugged that for me last time we talked.
I made sure my niece saw. I took my nephew to see it, and I'm gonna plug it right now. I just think it's the most fun animated movie I saw.
I'm not gonna plug it.
Go see it in 4DX, but I'm plugging it. What are you saying, Beto?
Don't plug it. You might get stuck.
I love Beto's random responses.
What's up, Laura Cat? Hello.
Oh, hang on. I gotta do something. Now that you said her name, hang on. This is for her. This is for Aaron too. This is for Aaron. This is for my friends who
Baba Booey.
If you know who Howard Stern is, then you get one of those. So what up, Laura?
Baba Booey.
Yeah. Do you know what Baba Booey is, Beto?
No.
Baba Booey.
If you were an avid Howard Stern viewer / listener, you know who Baba Booey is.
Everybody knows who Baba Booey is.
Maybe this guy does. Tommy Huxley was
I ever
Tommy
watched
Huxley.
one of his shows ever.
He says the Warriors bench is hot garbage. Really, you never watched Howard Stern before, Beto?
No, I heard of him, but never watched none of his shows.
Ryan, I know you have.
I have heard it. Yes.
He ain't even like that anymore, man. He went full corporate. He's totally clean, and he doesn't.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was,
To my friends who are Howard Stern fans and they don't know about Howard Stern, doing the swerve. I linked them to that video where Howard Stern does this whole stupid staff meeting and where he just became a major sellout and he sucks now. So it was good back in the day when it lasted. It was fun while it lasted, as I said.
yeah, we got the Whack Pack out of it.
The Whack Pack was off the hook. The Whack Pack will never die. The Whack
we got
Pack.
that. That's all right. We got that on YouTube too.
Hey, the Whack Pack they roll in packs, man. They roll deep, man. They're on YouTube. They were on the Howard Stern show. What up, platform?
He's not good anymore.
Well, Howard Stern sucks now. What up? Go ahead.
It's really toned down. Like it's not what everybody started listening to him for. And I don't know.
Oh,
he used to be kind of like a activist to where it was like, if somebody's gonna clutch their pearls, like we have to mess with them. And then now he's a pearl clutcher when it and
okay. Case in point, he used to rag on Ellen DeGeneres all the time, and now they're like best buddies. That's all you have to say.
Did a
he's
180
political now.
Well, that's definitely a part of it. I think I believe he picked a side and leaned into it, and that doesn't necessarily bother me. But his content totally changed to something that it wasn't. And granted, I've probably grown out of that content, but it's not the same it was, and it changed, and it didn't change necessarily organically.
Well, now I'm glad I never listened to him, so I don't have to worry about the change.
Yeah, you don't want to listen to him now. I don't think it's gonna be too entertaining. But I was gonna say, what's up to Platform 246? He is here. Says what's happening, faithful. What up, Lawrence Jackson?
WWE QO
says hit the like button.
He's gonna be dropping some thunder for all the people that are going to be oohing and ahhing all over this Trey Lance stuff. So be ready.
Oh, I saw his tweet where he put out that little disclaimer. I was like, okay, what are we going to have
I told him to get him, and he's like, oh, I will.
Yeah, we're going to be talking a whole bunch of Trey Lance and Brock Purdy in a minute. And as far as Lawrence goes, Platform 246, check out his channel. He does a lot of big 49er fan, talks about the Niners on his channel, obviously, but he'll do some live WWE streams, some Monday Night Raw from time to time. He live streamed WrestleMania, and he's my co-host when we go live for From Parts Unknown, which we might be knocking out tomorrow or maybe Wednesday. We're still trying to figure out the date and time for that, but we got the first show out of the way finally, and it was great, and we got good response. What was that, Beto?
Good show.
Thank you, man. We'd love to have you on in the future because I know you're an old school wrestling fan.
Ask Lawrence if he's in the chat if he heard about CM Punk backstage at WWE. They told him to leave. Vince.
Yeah, he's at
he's in AEW right now, so he's under contract. Yeah, he was backstage at WWE talking somebody, maybe Triple H.
49ers first take number one fan is in the chat.
Number one fan. Oh, Steve Supremo. Yeah.
What up, Steve-O? He says, Bashar with 900 plus subs. Thank you. Road to 1,000. I'm not up to 6,000. I'm not even thinking about 6,000 where Aaron is right now. But hey, little by little, you get there some way, somehow. Just keep putting out content. For those of you guys who are trying to get in the game, it's not easy, but just try to make sure it's fun and make sure you're actively putting out content. I lag from time to time, and those who put out the most content usually prevail. So that's how I look at it. What up, David McNiner? He's here. Says, what's good? Aaron, Beto, and Ryan, LFG, go Niners. Yeah, man. Great to have you guys here. Really appreciate you guys.
I've dubbed David McNiner the Auntie Slayer.
Anti-Slayer?
So, just so you know,
Slayer the rock group?
No, the aunties. Like, don't bring your aunts around him because it's not going to be nice.
Whoa! What are we talking about here, guys?
He be slaying. He's the auntie slayer, bro. He be slaying aunties left and right. Like,
all right, we'll leave it at that.
All right, that's good to know. Well, we're not being talking about aunties right now, but before we get into the Niner talk, there is a quarterback out there who many 49er fans were talking about for all these past 4 or 5 years that we should trade this guy, we should do this, get this guy, we should trade all of our marbles for Aaron Rodgers, and now he's a New York Jet. The trade finally went through. What do you guys think about that? Whoever wants to go first, chime in.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy. This is over until next year. Till it's, am I going to retire? Am I going to come back for another season? I don't know. I'm going to have to go in a closet for 2 weeks without a light bulb. That's what we're going to see.
Yeah. His spiritual journey, I'm assuming he took care of that already. I don't know if he's still doing it or whatever.
I'm so sick and tired of him. I made a video the other day where I said I wish I could piss in his ayahuasca tea.
Yeah. And Beto or Aaron go next, and then when you guys are done, I'll chime in on what I think of him.
Honestly, he's the biggest diva this side of probably since maybe since Brett Favre. Brett Favre kind of did this, and then it was a little less with Tom Brady, but I'm just glad we can disconnect from that rumor at least for a season and just worry about our own quarterback carousel that we're dealing with right now, because we have enough problems over here. We don't need him and his unwashed ass coming over to the 49ers and freaking causing more problems. I don't know. He just seems like he's a really Hall of Fame type player, incredible talent, but I feel like he's a cancer and a crybaby and just all sorts of other things. So keep him away from the Niners. The Niners got a tight knit group, and I don't think he would have fit in. And I don't think Kyle would have submitted to a guy like that. I think Kyle has to be in charge. That's why he always has these quarterbacks that are not close to the level.
Aaron Rodgers and Kyle Shanahan being on the same squad, they'd have butted heads so many damn times. What do you think?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I'm done.
I'm glad he's officially a Jet. No more lingering conversations about, the Niners are talking to him. The Niners might bring him back, bring him to the Bay, blah, blah, blah. Listen, he moved out of the NFC. All I know is he's now part of the Jets. The NFC got weaker. Not that he was never really a threat, especially to us at Green Bay, but he's no longer with Green Bay. Tom Brady is no longer with Tampa. So 2 future Hall of Fame quarterbacks out of the NFC. So I'm excited to see what the Niners are going to do in this season. The Jet fans are happy. They're already punching their ticket to the Super Bowl. Joe Namath, part 2, calling it. And I don't know. It's okay for them to be fanatics, but try to win the division first.
Right.
I think he'll compete over there. I think he's going to be facing off twice a year with Josh Allen. So that's going to be interesting to watch. And then with Miami and Tua, that's going to be fun to watch.
I think Miami's going to win that division this year.
They should. But then again,
Tua
Buffalo
stays healthy,
Bills.
No concussions.
Yeah, if Tua stays healthy, they have enough talent on offense to take care of things. We'll see.
Tommy Huxley.
I haven't said that in a while. Maybe I should say it again. Tommy Huxley. It's been a while.
He doesn't get it. You have to explain it to him one day.
I explained it to him one time, and he still didn't get it.
I love it how he calls Aaron Rodgers Karen Frogers.
It's pretty good. I like that.
I love it.
My take on Aaron Rodgers: the moment he was drafted, he one of the Bay Area media guys, I'm forgetting his last name is O'Donnell, I think, from Channel 5 KPIX. You guys know who I'm talking about. He went up to Aaron Rodgers and he's like, do you think the 49ers do you think the 49ers are going to feel or do you feel bad that you didn't go to the 49ers and they didn't select you? And he goes, I'm not as bad as they do for not regretting me, for not picking me or something like that. And a very pompous, Aaron Rodgers-esque response. And from that point on, I just hated Aaron Rodgers' guts. And, every time we played in the playoffs, guess who won? 4-0 against Aaron Rodgers. That's the San Francisco 49ers. And I attended one of those playoff games, and I'm Colin Kaepernick against the Green Bay Packers in Candlestick. It was a monumental playoff game where it was just tons of highlights, tons of fun. And then a sentimental moment for me because it's the last game I ever went to with my brother. So Yeah, screw Aaron Rodgers. I'm so glad we never got him. Everybody else was, half of the Niner fan base, I think they wanted him, or maybe 25%. Not sure, but glad that story's finally over. Let me see what's up to East Coast Red and Gold podcast. They are here. Not sure who's manning that account. Maybe you guys know.
Jess.
Could be Jess. Okay, I was going to say Jess. I know Ty Alston's on there too, and they do a great show. Check them out and subscribe to them. One of the newer Niner podcasts out there. And yeah, I mean, good to see that ship. I know Aaron Rodgers once played for the 49ers. I know he's put up amazing numbers. Hey, he won the Super Bowl, but no way in hell Aaron Rodgers would have meshed with Kyle Shanahan.
Did you say Aaron Rodgers just once played for the Niners?
Well, they were saying that all that time because he grew up as a 49er fan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Never played for us, but yeah, he grew up a fan.
Yeah. I mean, he always wanted to play for us, supposedly. That's what people were always saying.
Yep.
But glad that ship has finally sailed. I mean, the Jets gave up tons of picks. He's going to be there with Robert Saleh, so we'll see how that works out. And the rumors are dead forever, so hallelujah. Thank God for that one. All right, so I don't think I'm missing anybody in the chat, really, but John Lynch is here. There you go. John Lynch. What's up, John Lynch? And speaking of John Lynch, that's our next topic. John Lynch put together a press conference today at the Niner facility, Niner headquarters, and all kinds of stuff was going on. And, of course, they asked him about Trey Lance, and he was mentioning Bosa, Ayuk. And one thing I did notice is that guy needs a damn pop filter. There were so many plosives and puh. Every time he said something with a P, it was like he was spitting into the microphone. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but if you guys want to chime in on the presser, assuming you guys watched it, we could touch on the quarterback topic because he definitely mentioned Trey Lance, and he kind of hinted that they are might be talking to teams, or the teams might be talking to them about the whole Trey Lance trade offers. So,
can I go first?
Go ahead, yeah. That's all you. And for the record, Aaron's computers, not working for him properly, but he's got a new computer on the way. And there, I was like, "Hey, man, just come on with your phone. You're good. You don't have to show your face." So go ahead, Aaron, knock him out.
I tweeted this, and I 100% believe it. And I'm not trying to to like pat myself on the back or stroke myself, but if Trey Lance was healthy, if Brock Purdy's healthy coming into this offseason, based on what happened at the end of last season, I 100% believe that draft day trade would be possible. I just have the feeling, because the fact that they fielded all those calls, but the only thing that's really holding them back is the fact that they don't have a clear-cut answer of when Brock Purdy's going to be healthy. And to me, it's more that than it is anything. And it sucks because he hasn't had the opportunity, and he might get it kind of. But to me, if the Niners can get something from him before the season, if they know what Brock Purdy is going to be and where his health is going to be, I just have a feeling like I said, if this would have been a normal offseason without the injury to Brock, I could have seen him, and I truly believe he could have been traded if they got their socks knocked off. Like if they got a bunch of picks for him, or at least enough to kind of move the needle. I think he's gone, and it sucks. He never had a real opportunity, but unfortunately, that's the NFL. It's, just because you're picked in the first round, just because you're picked in the last round, there's no guarantees in any part of it. It's like I said, it's a what do you call it? Meritocracy. It's all about who helps, and it doesn't matter what position or what draft position they were, as long as they help the team win. It doesn't really matter. So. But we'll see. The draft's going to happen, and then if he's not moved during the draft, maybe look to sometime in August, if Brock is actually able to participate in some part of training camp. But I don't know. I do think that where there's smoke, there's fire, and he talked about it. He addressed it. He straight up said that there's definitely something to it, but we'll see. He seems, when he talks about Brock, it's different when he talks about Trey. Like this is Brock's team. This is Brock's boat to captain. So,
but he hasn't even been getting calls really.
They got some traction.
Bro, they got none, to the point where it was comical when he said it. They might had some, huh?
No, go ahead. What were you saying?
Well, the way he said it was like, no, There hasn't been that many calls. You know what I mean? It was almost comical that, that somebody would thought there was a lot of calls. So
Yeah.
to me, also, we don't know about Brock. What did he say about trading Trey Lance? Well, we can't do that until we know what's going on with Brock, and we won't know what's going on till when? June, right? Till he can start throwing the ball. And that just means Trey Lance isn't getting traded because who's giving up Wow's capital for him right now? You know what I mean?
There's no
That's to
value
get
for
them to
trade
move
right
off
now.
of it. Yeah.
Not
There is
necessarily true, though.
there is some. Oh, go ahead. Sorry about that.
I was about to say,
No,
I had a couple people really quick. Go
I
ahead.
was gonna say real quick. Trey Lance has value to a team that is desperate and need a quarterback for their team. I'm not saying he will be traded, but teams can surprise the Niners. But it would take a surprise type of trade for them to even accept that and move on from Trey. I don't think they're just going to do it for no damn second round and a fourth round. If they can't get a first, they're better off staying with him. I think only a first round will blow them away where they'll trade him. But other than that, he'll be starting the year under
I think
center.
you got to go higher than that, just because you're talking about strapping them with a Sam Darnold. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't. Maybe the first would do it. I almost think it would be more.
Well, Kyle loves Sam Darnold. Why, I don't know. But he wanted to draft Sam Darnold.
I get you, but that doesn't mean that he's going to work out week one in the system.
No. I hear you.
You know,
I hear you.
and I think they know that too.
Yeah, I think the whole Trey's even though Trey's a question mark, he's very knowledgeable of the offense right now. He can run it. Sam Darnold is barely coming in. Brock is hurt. We don't know when he's coming back. Even if they draft a rookie, how fast can he pick up the? So the only one that really knows the system is Trey. So why are you going to move away from him and then take your chances with Sam Darnold when you got to start fast? You know, especially if you want home field advantage in the playoffs, you got to start fast. I don't want to start slow again, and you can't take that chance with Sam Darnold. And Trey's way better because he knows the system. So I'd rather roll with Trey than give an opportunity to Sam Darnold, in my opinion.
Okay. I want to say what's up to some people who have been waiting and patiently to chat. What up, Brandon Ferreño for Forever Faithful Podcast. He also
What's
joins
up, Brandon?
us on
What
the
up, Brandon?
Podcast Network. Says, what's up, family? I don't know if this is the real Michael Miller. He says Trey Lance sucks. At one point, the real Michael Miller, though, was all about Trey Lance, and now he's off the Trey Lance train. He's about Brock Purdy, so it might be the real guy.
Well, Steve was in here, so it might be Steve.
I don't know. I don't know who's who nowadays.
Multiple tabs open, so it could be him.
John Lynch, my friend from Twitter, a good guy, says he was telling Brian Cope that basically Aaron Rodgers only beat us once in a winning seat when we had a winning season in the regular season. So because Brian was saying something about Aaron Rodgers beats us in the regular season. So but to me the playoff games are what matter. So right, and those hold the most weight for anybody. So Brandon says Brock might be out all season. Who knows how true that is? I mean, maybe he shows up midseason. It's a huge question mark. So we're a team that the quarterbacks always get hurt on year after year. And all of a sudden now we're willing to just say, hey, we have Brock Purdy, who we're not sure when he's going to come back. We're going to trade Trey Lance for some peanuts. And now we're going to stick with Darnold as the week one starter and then draft the quarterback from UCLA, whatever guy they choose to pick, and that doesn't add up to me with this team being so, wary of quarterbacks who always get hurt, I don't know.
Yeah, it makes no sense to get rid of your quarterback when you're right now depleted at that position. You're very depleted. You have one quarterback that you don't know if he's going to come back or not. And if he does come back, how good is he going to be? You have a quarterback that is trying to learn the system for the first time, and he hasn't really played very well in the NFL. He has to kind of break some bad habits. And then you're going to trade the quarterback that gives you the best chance to win right now. Like I said, they have to really blow the Niners out of the water with a trade. Other than that, I don't expect to hear Trey moved at all. So Niner fans, enjoy the draft, watch the players do their thing. Then, the teams, you're not going to see Trey moved. It's just so stupid, idiotic to believe that, in my opinion.
And Javier Vega, shout out to him on my Twitter. He responded to something that, well, I retweeted what he was saying, actually. He was saying that knowing the 49ers, it'll probably be the same way. So even if they are looking to possibly trade him, knowing the 49ers will be the same way where they overvalued, the same way they overvalued Jimmy and we never did the Jimmy G trade. He's saying they'll probably do the same with Lance. And in reality, what value does a guy who got hurt has? He doesn't have any. I mean, it's you know, it's sad to say, but that's the case. Okay, and hang on, I missed something very, very important. Where is she? What up, Mariah from 49er Faithful League Podcast? We see you. We love your channel. You and TL hold it down over in Las Vegas with your great show and your excellent giveaways, and it's always a good time. And love to have you back on the channel sometime soon. So maybe after the draft or something. And and Mariah, if you're still in the chat, let me know if you've kicked it with John V, because I know John V's I think he's over there with his friends, if I'm not mistaken, in Las Vegas. I'm not sure if you guys met up and hung out, but that'd be cool to know, though. John V's awesome. Go ahead.
Beto and I have a show with her on Tuesday. We'll actually be on Beto's channel tomorrow, so go check us out.
What's it called?
Niners and Friends.
Niners and Friends. It's kind of like the Friends sitcom, guys, but a 49er version.
Yeah, definitely with the chat. Please, as a chat, if you have ways to promote, these other than top channels, please, use your Twitter, use your Facebook, use your Instagram. Let's get the names out there of all the the co-hosts that I have in here and the other people that have other channels like Mariah. Let's push that. You know what I mean? Do that. Let's do that if we can. Make sure we're sharing kind of community tabs if we have them and all that stuff. I want to see other channels. I'm not even talking about mine. I'm talking about like channels other than the top 6 get all the glory. So if you can share.
That's really important. Networking, cross-pollination, whatever you want to call it. Who was it? Pete from Niner Fanatic Podcast. He's like, tell a friend to tell a friend so we can be friends.
I like that. I like the way he does that.
We could be, yeah.
It's a shout out to Notorious B.I.G. by the way.
Oh, he's the one that said it?
Yeah, I forgot exactly how he said it. What song was it? Why am I forgetting that Big Pop
tell
song?
Tell a friend so that we can be friends. Tell your
friends so we could be friends. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir. So,
cheese, eggs, steak with Welch's grape.
Anything else you guys want to touch on the John Lynch presser? I know he mentioned Ayuk. Typical press conference for me, but if you guys want to touch on it, go ahead. Yeah,
Brandon Ayuk. So he said that Brandon Ayuk was not only they totally shut down any trade talk about him. Like, I was with Big Mac earlier and I was asking him, like, they say, hey, we could be traded ourselves and da 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 da. Well, Brandon Ayuk won't get traded. We'll get traded after they get traded, obviously. But they also, John Lynch made it seem like it's not set in stone that he will come back after next year, but that they really want to try and make that happen. And I think that means they've kind of got a plan to make money happen to keep him. So that, to me, that was probably one of the biggest things of the press conference to me, is to know that they're going to try and keep Brandon Ayuk somehow, some way, which I am very happy about.
Yeah, Rohan was on with John Chapman, and Rohan was saying that it looks like they could do some type. I don't know what it means exactly, but he was saying they could do a stackable restructure with Debo and Ayuk. So it sounds like it's feasible. And it could
They'll make it work. One thing I noticed about the Niners and the front office is if they covet a player, they would do whatever it takes to keep him on the roster. And one of the things that I wanted to mention from that press, they asked about Bosa, and he made sure to double down on they never even opened the window of discussions about Bosa. Somebody asked him, about trading Bosa, or and it's like, nope. It wouldn't even open up the window. I'm not quoting him precisely, but to the point where Bosa ain't going anywhere. And John, you can tell John's a defensive guy. He's in love with Bosa, just like a lot of us. And he's always said it. I mean, even Kyle had to shut him up once because during a press conference about a month and a half ago, he was talking about Bosa's contract, and he was over talking like, "Yep, we're going to do whatever it takes to pay him." And you can see Kyle look at him like, "Shut up, Don't let them know we want them really bad. But Bosa ain't going anywhere, and I'm happy because I definitely want to see the double teams of him and Hargrave. Man, it's gonna be fun to watch.
Yeah, or the new improved Drake Jackson or whatever pass rusher that we made draft, which we'll talk about the draft pretty soon. We're days away from the draft. Yeah, I mean Ayuk is awesome, and Bosa's are obviously awesome, and Jalen shut that down right away. And some people on Twitter were like, "See, look, see how quick he shut down the Bosa thing," but then he left the Trey Lance window open. So it's just funny how people look at things and comment on things. And again,
people are always going to talk, bro.
Yeah.
Just like the Brock Purdy high five at the Giants game. Oh my God!
Or the waves, the waves.
Did you see the way he waved? Did you see the way he did the high five? I'm like,
yeah, it's funny.
Can the dude just go and watch a game and high five some people because they acknowledge them and not make a big thing out of it?
Well, that's what they do. That's what the people who push narratives do. All I got to say is it's lying season. This is lying season. And I do wholeheartedly believe that Bosa will be here for a very long time. There is, in my mind, I said this with Raj last week, and I don't think it's going to happen, but a trading of someone like Ayuk, similar to a trading of someone like DeForest Buckner, is not out of the realm of possibility. I'm not saying it's going to happen, nor am I pushing for it. But again, this is lying season. Sometimes they're telling the truth, and sometimes they're blowing smoke up your ass. It's hard to tell what is what. I mean, Bosa's a no-brainer. I mean, he's like, pass rushers are like, they don't grow on trees, especially elite level pass rushers.
Yeah, they're hard to come by.
Right. Receivers, not as much. I'm not saying that you can just find one and it's easy. I'm not saying that at all, but I don't know, guys. Like, it's weird. Like I always, it's definitely lying season. It happens all the time. Did any of us ever think that DeForest Buckner was going to get traded? Like he did? I don't know. That came out of nowhere.
You know what's funny? I forgot who was on Twitter. I wish I saved the tweet, but somebody put out this laundry list of all the 49er moves that took place over the past 5 or 6 years or under the Lynch and Shanahan regime. And like almost all of them were moves that were never once rumored, that we never saw coming.
They don't leak.
Not anymore.
Yeah, prior to them coming in, everybody knew.
City.
But they don't leak anymore. They keep it to themselves, and I like that about the front office. Nobody expected a Buckner to be moved. They thought they were going to sign him, and next thing you know, he's getting traded to the Colts for a number 1 pick, and everybody's like, "Oh crap, what happened here?" So you can never say never with any player except Bosa. I think Bosa is the only one that you can definitely say he won't be traded. But anybody on the roster could be traded.
Anybody at any time, especially if they can get a haul back. I like someone like Ayuk. My only problem with him is if you can get multiple first. Because if you can get multiple first, you can essentially draft another position of need and then maybe double down and get a receiver. The problem I had when we did with Buckner was we essentially went player for player. And we all know that that's like the dumbest way to build a roster. You don't draft.
How are you going to make up for that talent then if you're not going to go player for player in the draft with that?
That's the question. That's why I keep thinking it. That's why I don't think it's going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
I hope it doesn't.
Well,
because I really like Ayuk, and I think if he had a quarterback that could actually whip it and put it downfield, he would be a whole other level of awesome. So
I don't know if it's a quarterback situation in San Francisco. It's just all the weapons that are there, like CMC, Kittle, Debo. There's just not enough balls to go around. So you can have a freaking Josh Allen in our team, and he's not going to get that many throws.
So why wouldn't you move off of somebody like Debo, who isn't a natural wide receiver 1? You know what I'm saying?
He is a receiver 1.
Who?
He's not a natural route runner, is what he's saying.
Debo is not a natural route. Yeah. So why would you move off of Brandon Ayuk, who can do what you need to stay with a guy who you can't always get the separation from unless you're scheming them.
Correct.
So
Correct.
none of it makes sense. I think that's the reason why it was laughable when the topic of trading him came up, is because it's not on the table right now. I think out of everybody on the offense, I think he's probably the most safest one this year.
Yeah. I'll say this with Kittle and him being this physical as he is and approaching the age that he is. If they draft a tight end worth a freaking leg to, worth anything in this draft, who can get open, who can catch and be a playmaker, eventually, because you always got to draft for the future. You can't draft after someone's aged out and you can't use them anymore because that's a stupid way to run a roster or to build a roster. Kittle, to me, is the guy that I could see not being moved, yeah, because you have
Not
to
till
build
after this year.
No, it would definitely probably be after next season.
They have, like John Lynch pretty much said, like this year was the year. They're putting, like, they've got a really good chance this year, and he wasn't really too worried about talking about anything after that.
Right.
So to me, not only if you even get a tight end that'll work and can take his place, you're still not going to you're not going to trade him away during this year. You're going to want that 22 personnel. You're going to want that 22 personnel to get us to the Super Bowl.
100%. I agree with you there, Ryan. If they win a Super Bowl this year and next year, a discussion can definitely be talked about trading
I can see them doing it,
Mr. Kittle, but
you got to be able to
win a Super Bowl, no.
And as far as the draft philosophy that Aaron was talking about earlier, it stems back to the Bill Walsh era, because Bill Walsh would move on a player at times like 1 to 2 years early before they fell out of their prime. He had no problem doing that.
Nope.
And let's talk about the upcoming draft, because we got, if you guys are up for it, we could do a live mock draft on here. I did it a lot with random guests on here, but I'd love to do one with all of us if you guys have time for it. The show might run a little bit longer, maybe 10 minutes longer, if so. But if anything, do you guys, whoever wants to start off first, go ahead. We have 11 picks this draft. Do we keep all of our picks, and are we trading, or if not, are we trading up, basically?
It's hard to tell. The board will dictate who. If there's somebody they covet there and they want to move up, they will do it. But if it's, John Lynch said, if there's a few people, this whole draft is deep in a lot of positions, so they're not worried about moving up unless there's a player they really love, like maybe a tackle they didn't. For some reason, they did not see him falling that low. They'll try to move up and give some capital, and I will be okay with that. But other than that, I think they'll stay put, and just, if anything, they'll move up in the 5th round or the 6th round more than they will in the 3rd round.
How about you, Ryan? What do you think? Think we're keeping our picks? Ryan.
Sorry, I was muted. John Lynch today said that I think we're going to keep them, especially our first couple picks. He said he saw a lot of good players at 99, 101, 102, 157, and so on. So to me, it sounds like they want to store where they're at. I only see them moving up if somebody that they coveted who they didn't think they were going to get falls. So that's the only way I see them moving up from the 3rd round, from our 3rd round picks. Other than that, I think we're going to pretty much stay where we're at, if not like move up earlier in the 5th round or something, depending. I think if the 2nd run of tackles goes too quick for their liking, I see us moving up to get one. But other than that, I kind of see us staying in place for the most part, because they're very confident in who they pick up in these later rounds. So why not have a crap ton of them to then bring them in and pick from the best of them? You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. What up, Damian Lee? Damian Lee says Beto is correct. The board will determine what we do. Great point. A lot of people will agree with you on that one. What do you think, Ryan? They were keeping our picks?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm not
I'm
right.
pretty-
I mean, Aaron. My bad.
I don't think they keep all of them. I'd say 7 picks, 6 to 7 picks would probably be my kind of my magic number. I won't be against them. They used future picks. It like if someone fell into the back half of the second round and they had a chance, or at least they thought they had a chance, say a tackle, offensive tackle, or an edge, hell, even a safety. If somebody's there that wasn't expected to be there and it's in the back half of the second round, I technically could see them make a move. And the Niners always, like you said, they always surprise us. They do this stuff that you never expect. So to think that they're just going to sit in the third round and just wait, they probably will. But the board falls a certain way and somebody's available. I don't put it against them to say, hey, we're going to use a 2024 second round pick and mix it in with who, what, where, and why, and then all of a sudden we're in the back half of the second round. So I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see them standing pat with 11. There's just not enough. There's not enough room on this roster.
We have so much talent. We're a team that doesn't need 11 picks, and and if we do move up, a lot of people are assuming it could be right tackle because it's not a deep right tackle draft. It could be another edge. I love the DBs in this draft. I think this draft is pretty deep with DBs, but I don't necessarily see us trading up for DB. But again, if they like somebody and somebody falls who they think is a day one starter, they may pull the trigger and do it. You're
not drafting up unless the guy is going to be a number one player.
Day one starter, yeah.
Day one starter. Because I know we need to look to the future at safety because we got Tyshawn Gibson for 1 year, and we don't have a lot behind him and Hufanga, so we need to definitely replenish that area. But like I said, man, if there's an edge guy there, or if there's an offensive tackle that you could use him somewhere else this year and then kick him out to replace Mr. McKivitz. I know he's a fellow Irishman like myself. I think he has that last name, but
he's not half Sicilian.
He's not half Sicilian like me. I don't know, man. Like, I can't see them. Who the heck's going to sit there in the set? But then again, I could be wrong. I want to be right just for the argument's sake, I guess. But no, I think they draft about 7 players, and I think I could see them kicking guys, doing something in maybe the 6th or 7th round. Maybe there's a running back that falls that they could use. I mean, look what they did with Elijah Mitchell. And don't be surprised if a guy like Kinlaw or Mitchell gets moved on draft day if they find something that's better to replace them.
Hey, I don't know who would want Kinlaw. It was funny in the presser with John Lynch. Somebody asked John Lynch about exercising the 5th-year option on certain players, and one of the names he dropped was Kinlaw. It's like, no way in hell, Kinlaw. We're gonna drop a damn 5th-year option on Kittle, okay? And on Kinlaw, I mean, get out of here.
Yeah, but that's just my opinion. See, I kind of left myself in a place where I didn't really say much of anything. So,
well, I know you more so than anybody on Twitter loves those Javon Kinlaw workout videos or pictures of him with the shirt off, right?
Who cares? Like, what does that have to do with anything? You suck on the field and you're never available. I don't care what you do in the off season. No, I'm so unimpressed with that stuff. Like, nobody cares. Hey, look at me. I could jump on a bunch of boxes flat-footed. So stay healthy. We need you in week 17. It's like, he's so, and then his personality with the way he is with the media, like, why do you have that attitude, dude? You freaking blow chunks. You suck. Like, so I don't know. I was never on. Yeah, exactly.
That pretty much sums it up for Kinlaw.
I don't like Kinlaw, okay? So whatever.
Okay, so we're gonna do a mock draft. You guys are cool with that? But before we do, really, really quick, my last question before we do the mock draft is I'll start off with myself. Basically, it's who are your draft crushes? Because for me, I have more than one draft crush. If you only have one, that's fine. But guys who we could possibly get. My trade-up draft crush is DeJuan Jones. He's a beast. He's a monster at right tackle from Ohio State. The guy can move like a ballerina at 6'8", 350 pounds. It would be amazing if we got him. Another guy that I like, now people say we don't need wide receiver, but who knows what happens with Debo and Ayuk in the future. He's a sleeper type of wide receiver, in my opinion. I label him as the poor man's A.J. Brown, Jonathan Mingo from Ole Miss. My tight end crush who might be available where we're picking is John Kuntz from Old Dominion. And my running back crush from where we might be picking is Israel Abba Nikanda, if I'm saying it right, from Pitt. I love his explosive speed, and whoever wants to go off and ramble off about their draft crushes, go ahead.
I'll just say this real quick because I can't stay past an hour. But
Okay.
The only guy that I see the Niners that I would love to see on the team, because I didn't follow much to the combine and stuff this year, but I know Laporta is one of the top tight ends.
Laporta's a beast.
If the Niners were to land a guy like Laporta, and we're talking about 21 personnel, is it 22 personnel or 21?
It's both. There's both.
Because I know Ryan is a proponent of it because it's like a multi-dimensional Swiss Army knife type offense. That would be an amazing get, and that's all. That's all I got.
Tommy Huxley looks darn all right. Who's yours from, Ryan? Who do you got? Who are your crushes?
Oh, I thought I said Sam Laporta. I thought I jumped.
Oh, you said Laporta? Oh,
okay.
okay. I don't think I heard you. Laporta's awesome. He's from Iowa, just like Kittle is, and he's just a beast. How about Beto? Who do you got? Beto.
I was also
Are you watching basketball?
me, yeah.
Who's winning?
What I was gonna say, there's a couple people out, players that I want, depending on the position. I don't know if they'll be available though by the time the Niners go. But if you're looking at players that could possibly be there, Luke Shoemaker, tight end, is someone from Michigan. Wolverine, they can be pretty good. I like that D tackle from Wake Forest. What's his name?
Kobe Turner, I believe.
Yes, Kobe Turner.
Yep.
Yeah, I like
He's
him
out
a lot.
there.
I like him a lot. But I do agree. We got to get a safety because Weston is going to be here just for one more year, and we need to develop a safety to take over his spot in 2024. And that kid Riley Moss from Iowa is a pretty good safety that I like. And then that one kid, what's his name? Eli Ricks from Alabama,
the cornerback. Yeah,
I like him.
So those are you guys. Those are guys.
You can use him as a safety, but he's a corner. Yeah,
we'll definitely use him as either or, whatever, however he fits. I just want to say what's up to Willie Rodriguez. So what's up, fellas? Says Beto, let's go Lakers. Oh, a Laker fan.
Let's go. I know I'm gonna go because I'm gonna go and watch the Laker game.
What time's the Laker game start?
7.
Okay. So let's try to knock this mock draft out really quick. Let me just share my screen on the mock draft page because I have it shared on those soundboards. So I'm gonna flip flop over to the mock draft screen and let's get this started. We're gonna do the turbo fast version of it. We're not gonna do any trades. I already have it set up to the 49ers, and I'm gonna hit the start button. And it's a free for all. However you guys want to put your input into it. But let's try to knock it out as quick as possible, though. I know a lot of other people do mock drafts and they really examine which players are available, and it's cool to do it, but just have a little bit of a sense of urgency since, some people have to go or whatever. But we're getting started. We pick at number 99, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And if you see any suggestions or any comments in the chat that I'm missing, let me know. I'll bring up the comments. If there's a particular comment on the screen that you want me to bring up in the chat room, go ahead. But yeah, this is going to be fun, man. We got sure some great players that we liked are already getting picked. Like Matthew Bergeron just got picked, tackle. Let's reject these trade offers and let's get going, guys. So who we got available is best available. I'm going to read off some names if you guys can't see it. If you wanted me to zoom in on it, go ahead. But best available right now is linebacker Dan Henley from Washington State, the safety from Alabama, Jordan Battle, Marvin Mims, wide receiver from Oklahoma, Tyler Scott, wide receiver from Cincinnati, Ty J. Spears, Nathaniel Dell. The name that jumps out at me, two names that jump out at me. Zach Harrison, edge from Ohio State, pass rusher. John V loves that guy. Jonathan Mingo, the wide receiver I was talking about earlier. And if you guys want me to pull up any position groups,
Zach Harrison.
Tomlinson's available, the cornerback, Tomlinson. But the good thing is we have 3 picks in a row. Are you guys okay? I'm okay with Zach Harrison. How about you, Beto and Aaron? You guys cool with that?
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. That's a really good pick. Gives us
What's
a solid Zach Harrison, the edge from Ohio State.
Go edge, baby.
John V pounds the table for this guy. So shout out to our boy John V, who's in Las Vegas partying it up or whatever. This was for you. And I'm going to reject these trade offers. Reject these shitty trade offers. Okay, so we got an A for that pick. Cool. And then let's see Jonathan Mingo is still available. Who else? Trevius Hodges Tomlinson, who I forgot to mention earlier. I like him a lot. Ryan and I have definitely talked a whole lot about him. Cornerback from TCU. But if you guys see, want me to pull up any position groups, I can. Jordan Battle, safety from Alabama.
Tight end. Let's check out tight end real quick.
Let's check out tight end. Let's see what tight. Zach Kuntz, my guy, is available. Josh Wiley. A lot of people like him.
Zach Kuntz.
You want to go Kuntz this early though, because they have that 122.
Strange and Davis Allen. I don't know if anybody likes those other guys at all.
Wiley's pretty good. The only thing is about going with Kuntz. Maybe maybe we might have to. Well, our next pick after 102 is 155, so we might be. Yeah, because they haven't ranked at 122. I'm okay with Kuntz here, but Jordan Battle's available too. What do you think, Beto?
Or what?
This guy, man. I said Jordan Battle's available at safety, but the best tight end available right now is Zach Kuntz, who's.
Oh, I don't like him. I don't like.
You don't like
him.
Kuntz?
I like Davis Allen.
Davis Allen. Oh, that's a little further down. We can get him later, actually.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. No, but yeah.
Let's see.
Show me the pass rushers.
Okay. Well, we just picked up Zach Harrison. We just picked.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, and Jalen Duncan, as far as offensive tackle goes, is still available from Maryland. But edge is just for argument's sake. Yaya Diaby's available. KJ Henry, Dylan Horton, Billy.
No, I didn't realize you guys picked the one up already.
Yeah, Zach Harrison. We got Zach Harrison. So I like Zach Kuntz, but let
me see some receivers.
Receivers. I think Mingo's still available. Marvin Mims, Tyler Scott, Nathaniel Dell, Jonathan Mingo, A.T. Perry.
I like him, Perry.
Oh, you like Perry? Okay. I like Kuntz. I think Kuntz, he's 6'7", 256 pounds.
What do we have for safety? Did we look up safety?
Kuntz can't block nothing though, bro.
Yeah, he's not known as a blocker. Jordan Battle from Alabama is ranked as the best player on the board right now. He is the best player / best safety available.
I would go Battle.
I think so too.
Hey guys, I'm gonna let you guys finish the draft. I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna go watch my Laker game.
Thank you, Beto. Take care, man. Go Warriors.
Yeah, whatever.
They won yesterday. Hey, all right. So we're gonna get Jordan Battle. Let's say that we need a safety for the future. Tyshawn Gibson's not gonna be there forever, and Zach Kuntz is still available. Do you want to go up and get him, Ryan, for 102? I don't think he'll be available at 155.
What else can we get that's around here?
Oh yeah, best available Marvin Mims.
Because if we can nab an all right tight end at the next spot, let's do that.
We could.
Because if we could get the best out of these 3 picks,
Wiley's a guy that a lot of people like. I forgot who was.
Oh hey, we got safety right? How about we go to Travius, our guy Travius?
Oh, our cornerback.
Yeah,
he's the highest ranked cornerback available right now. Travius Hodges Tomlinson, the nephew of LaDainian Tomlinson. We're snagging him. This guy, he's not a big guy. He's a small guy, but he can make plays. He's fierce. He's aggressive. He's speedy. Hard. A+ on that pick. I love that pick all day. Let's see. At 155, this is going to be tricky now because I don't know which tackles are still dangling available. Maybe Wanya Morris might still be available on the board. If he is, I'd like to get him.
Wanya Morris? Isn't that the name of the guy from Boys to Men?
No, similar though, very close. But offensive tackle. Also, Wanya Morris is gone. Warren McClendon's available. We could probably get him later. So they're snagging the offensive tackles earlier. That's one thing I noticed they've been doing in this draft. But best available is wide receiver Michael Wilson from Stanford, who's a pretty steady, solid route runner, not like a huge game changer. Zach Kuntz, the tight end that we've been talking about, is still available as one of the better.
I would go Kuntz.
Me too.
This is the fifth. This is the 5th round, right?
This is pick 155. I believe it's in the 5th. Yeah, because we don't have a 4th rounder.
Because a lot of people, based on his size and in his lack of non-combine, like combine, he was amazing at. But if you actually watch, at least by a guy like Eric Crocker, he actually had a lot of negative things to say about him.
There's some good film on him receiving wise, and he's not known as the blocker, but there's some plays that he's made, man. I don't know what Crocker missed because I've watched some stuff on Kuntz.
If he's there in the 5th round, I'd take
Kuntz. You ready, Ryan? We're getting Kuntz.
Okay.
Let's go. Kuntz from Old Dominion. Zach Kuntz, 6'8", 256-pound tight end. They gave us an A on that. I like the guy. I think we could make something out of the guy. So let's see. Best player available with the 164 pick is Tanner McKee, quarterback from Stanford. We can skip that. Owen Papo. Can't even see that guy's name. Oluwaseun Olusegun Oluwatimi is a pretty good center from Michigan, available at 164 if you guys are looking to go center. We already went safety. Let's see.
Tackle.
Let's look at tackle, because tackle's really they snagged some good guys earlier. Warren McClendon is the best guy available from Georgia, and I'd say go with him if we're going to go with tackle. So, you guys ready for that?
Yeah.
Let's do that. Pick 164. We got an A on that pick, which is cool. Reject these trade offers. We're now winding down to pick 173.
Look at those grades so far. Yeah.
Yeah, we're killing it so far. Quarterback Catrell Clark is the best player available currently. They're suggesting Eric Gray. I've seen this name floated around a lot. I don't know his profile. If you want me to look up and check his profile, I can. If you want to pull up, he's a running back. If you want me to pull up any position groups at this point, I can. Maybe let's see if my running back's available. I'm curious. Israel Abi Nakanda. Deuce Vaughn's available. He's a speedy running back, but he's only like 160 pounds.
I'd almost go another tackle right here.
Another tackle. Let's see what we can do. Ryan Hayes from Michigan. At this point, I'm okay with going another tackle, stacking one more.
Totally.
Just for curiosity's sake, which edges are available? Those are the edges. D tackles. I'm curious. Colby Wooden. We could get Jared Clark later. He's a big, huge mamma jamma, thicker than a stinker type D tackle type. But let's go with tackle again. Ryan Hayes from Michigan.
Sure.
They gave us a C on that when they said that we reached a little bit. It's kind of more of a need pick, but at this point in time in the draft, with all the picks that we have, we can afford to do a reach pick from time to time.
I just want to make sure we got a guy in the room. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. And with that said, the best available they have right now is another tackle, so to speak, Jackson Kirkland, wide receiver Jason Brownlee. This is where it gets to the point where the names become unrecognizable. Every now and then I may see
I would go interior defensive tackle. I want a big fat guy.
Okay, I am too. I'm thinking about Jared Clark here if he's still available, and he's not. He's gone. Let me see some of these names I don't recognize at D tackle. Sorry, guys, I scrolled down a little too fast. Oh, Jared Clark is available. Whoa, I want to get this guy from Coastal Carolina. And the vitals on Jared Clark, for those of you guys who don't know, really quick, according to NFL Draft Buzz, what I recall, he's a big, huge, husky run stuffer, and I'll give you his height and weight and all that crap. We got he played in the Shrine Bowl, which is cool. He got an 81.2 player rating on NFLDraftBuzz.com, which I love. 6'4", 334 pounds. He's not your typical 49er athletic type defensive tackle, but he's a huge mountain of a man, and I say we take him.
It's a good base defensive tackle.
Yeah, we got an A on that. Yeah, we need one guy like that in the mix. We don't have anybody like him who's built like him in that room. Now, if you guys are about stacking edges, the edges that are currently available, Nick Hampton from Appalachian State, Habakkuk Baldonado. A lot of hard names to say in this draft.
Yeah, Baldonado.
I don't recognize these other guys.
Is Jake Moody still on the board?
I was gonna mention that before we made the last pick, but thank you for reminding me. Chatter, he's not. He's long gone. We did draft Zane Gonzalez, so it's not a glaring need. But Chad Ryland's available if you want another kicker there. Maybe we sign an undrafted kicker.
Yeah, let's get the kicker.
You want to get Ryland from Maryland? Okay, let's get him. Yeah, with when you have a surplus of picks, you can afford to draft kickers and do draft accessory type players. You know, when you're
so we got three picks left. What position groups are we going? Should we go like an edge, safety, D tackle, or we need a linebacker?
I would go running back.
Well, I was thinking running back too, maybe.
Yeah.
But my guys are all
undrafted running backs, bro. Why are we spending picks on running backs?
Linebacker. Let's look at linebacker really quick.
Yeah, let's look at linebacker.
Cam Jones is available. Servasier Dennis from Pittsburgh is suggested. He's pretty high on their board. You see, what was the other position? Yeah,
I was thinking the same thing.
he's the best player available on the board right now, currently. Actually,
let's get him.
The overall board. Let's get him. Draft for best player available at this point, in my opinion, it's not a bad idea.
Aaron is the white boys to men. I love Aaron.
Anything funny I'm missing in the chat? Let me know if anything you want me to pop up.
They were talking about how the guy's name was Wanye Morris, but it was spelled with an A.
Oh, okay, very similar. There you go. You were close. And let me see what's up to. A pretty interesting name here. Ammonia Wilder says Darnell Washington's a beast. Welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, hit the like and subscribe button. Welcome to the family. And I have the description box for all the NWO team guys. And if you want to subscribe to them, we're on the same team. And
we'd much appreciate it.
Yeah, let's wrap this up. So we're almost to the last pick. Well, second to the last pick. safety, another Alabama safety. We drafted Jordan Battle, so I wouldn't necessarily want to go that route. But
No.
interior offensive lineman is suggested for us. McClendon Curtis, Ali
No.
Gave, Edge from LSU was suggested for as a second best on the board. Linebacker Cam Jones.
How many edges did we get so far? Just
we
one?
we got the one, Zach Harrison, but we do have.
I would go another edge.
You want to go another edge? Stack
Yeah.
edges?
Yeah.
Let's see. And for argument's sake, let's see who's available. If there's anybody you guys recognize, I don't recognize these guys.
I don't. Let's go.
So we'll get the LSU guy, Ali Gay. And we're at the last pick 255. They're still suggested the second on the board right now. McClendon Curtis, interior offensive lineman from Chattanooga. QB. Let's see who's available. QB might be one of the guys we met up with. Sean Clifford, Penn State. Holton Allers from East Carolina. Tim DeMorat. Tommy DeVito. I love that name. Quarterback from Illinois. On name alone, I'd totally snag him.
Right.
Yeah. At this point in time, there's probably no Brock Purdy's. It's safe to say.
I wouldn't say.
Yeah, I don't.
I'd go linebacker.
Okay, linebacker.
Let's see, linebacker. Cam Jones is a guy who I'd get. That's pretty good value where we're picking. He's probably the overall best player ranked right now. Close. He's closer to the overall best. He's like 5th overall best. Let's get Cam Jones because Aziz left us, and they don't give you an overall grade on this website, but they are going to give us some grades, and we can kind of do the math a little bit. A for the first pick, Zach Harrison, edge at Ohio State. A+ for Jordan Battle, safety at Alabama. Trevius Hodges Tomlinson at 102, cornerback from TCU. A+ right there. I love that guy. This explosive playmaker. Zach Kuntz, tight end Old Dominion. A little bit of mixed reviews from him, but I like him a lot. I think there's tons of potential with the guy. Warren McClendon, offensive tackle from Georgia. Ryan Hayes, we're stacking OTs, back-to-back picks. Ryan Hayes played under Jim Harbaugh, Michigan. C. Jared Clark is a huge run stuffing D tackle. A on that one. Chad Ryland, pick 222, kicker from Maryland. C+. Servassier, Pasicavassier Dennis, linebacker from Pittsburgh. Another linebacker. A+. Ali Gay, B+ from Edge from LSU, and another linebacker, B+. And that's cool, man. So that concludes our mock draft, and we are cool. We went a little bit over an hour, no big deal, but see what everybody said. Yeah, so that's cool, man. Appreciate everybody in the chat, for watching the show and being active, and you guys are always awesome. And any final words on this upcoming draft that's coming up on Thursday, and then on the picks that we've been making, if you guys want to chime in on anything in regards to the picks we made or what's going to be happening in the draft, go right ahead.
I think the Niners are going to. Oh, go ahead, Ryan. Go ahead.
I think the Niners are staying where they're at. I'll be going live with some people on Thursday. So if you want to actually hear what happens Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you can come check me out.
Check out Ryan and Aaron. When's the next time you're going live? Are we going to say Wednesday, perhaps?
I was going to go live Tuesday with Raj, but we're going to be Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern and 6:30 p.m. Eastern with Ted from TED Talks Ball. I'm actually going to can't wait to get the free. I hope I get the MacBook before, the laptop before, later in the evening, because I want to get everything set up. I got to do my topics and everything and my thumbnails and stuff. You know how that goes.
Yeah, man.
It's all stupid stuff that supposedly everybody pays attention to and gets us tons of views. But
watch, you're probably going to get 10,000 views on the next video you drop with that brand new laptop. You heard it here first.
I don't think that's going to happen, but we can always hope.
Hey, hope is there. Hey, we are the faithful, right? So
I love you guys though, man. You guys are my dudes, Beto and everybody. So I'm at the point now where I'm all about the relationships, because I got to go back to work in probably about 2-3 weeks if things go that way. And I'm just taking advantage of this while it lasts,
Cool. Good to hear. So yeah, it's going to be plenty to talk about within the next few days once this draft gets going. And
yeah,
it'd be a breath of fresh air for us content creators and 49er fans in general. Like we can say, get excited about the certain players that we got, or we can get pissed off about certain moves and certain players that we did pass up on and moves we did not make. So it's going to be interesting. And God forbid, knocking on wood right now, that Trey Lance doesn't get traded, at least for me and a whole bunch of people that I know. There are people out there who are they're praying that Lance Scott does get traded. So I don't know. They call themselves 49er fans, and so be it. It is what it is. Shout out to everybody else.
They're just clickbaiters and wanna getters. It has nothing to do with being a 49er fan. It's trying to get that narrative. It's all about pushing the narrative, man.
Hey, change the narrative. That's an inside joke between a friend of mine.
I have no idea.
I'd have to clue you in on that one later. But anyways, appreciate everybody in the chat. Another mock draft. I love doing these mock drafts. I've done so many on my channel. I can't even remember. I'm probably going to do a couple more, at least one more perhaps, before the draft actually starts and kicks in. So yeah, it's just awesome to have you guys in the chat, and awesome to have all these guys back on the show and collabing together as usual. And great to be with the NWO guys. So we're gonna close it out with my 49er minded intro music. Thank you guys for watching the 49er minded channel, where we get into the minds of 49er fans. Peace out, NWO crew. Keep reading those 49ers and stay 49er minded. Peace. Let's go. Let's draft somebody good.
Come on, 49er faithful, let's get it.
Because it's 49er mind.
We gotta do this one time for the Empire.
It's 49er mind. It's 49er mind.
We gotta get that brick by brick done quick.
49er mind.
Yeah. Yo, we can't listen to them haters, man.
49er mind.
We from the Bay.
49er mind.
We them San Francisco 49ers.
49er mind.
We got that red and gold blood inside us.
49er mind.